Well, we're watching immigration as one of the top issues. We talk about it all the time in this UK vote and the Leave vote, and it won out over there. But that same decision could see migrants flooding Britain's borders ahead of the pullout. We're joined now by Van Hipp to talk about this, as former Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Army. And what about the near future here in terms of, we all know about open borders in Europe, and it's been a big issue. And, I've heard both sides of the argument this week that somehow the vote is going to make the UK safer, and somehow it is going to make the UK less safe. Which side do you fall on?
Well, Carl, any time a country is able to maintain its sovereignty and control its borders, in the end it's going to be safer, no question. In the short time, though, before the Brexit pullout and before the Brexit is enforced, there's no question you're going to see the Eurotunnel, big strain on the Eurotunnel. There's going to be a big influx of migrants trying to come in before the Brexit is enforced. There's no question about that. But one good thing for the Brits, even though they were a member of the EU, they were one of only 2 countries who did not participate in the Schengen Agreement. So so those rules of basically open borders within Europe did not apply to them.
Right.
So they can still block those migrants who want to come in to Great Britain. But make no mistake about it, the European Union is not being overrun. It has been overrun. The estimates are from 1 million to 1.8 million migrants just in the last year alone. They have no idea who they've let into their country, and the radical Islamists are taking advantage of that situation. We've seen what happened in Paris. We've seen Brussels. Go back and talk to some of the security officers in Greece, where at least 2 of the Paris attackers came in on. It's unbelievable.
I think you did make one key point that not enough people have been making, though, that we should explain it, that there is a distinction between the UK already and the rest of Europe. And it's not completely open borders. So how will it be drastically different, or will it be for the UK after they leave? What will change for them, the biggest change?
Well, as long as the EU, as long as the UK is smart and enforces their borders now, I think they'll be fine in the short term. But they've got to be tough. I think they're going to be fine in the long term. But look, and your last guest, you alluded to this, there is an anti-globalist, anti-elite movement that's international. It transcends oceans. Look what happened in Iceland this weekend. Gunnar Jóhannesson, a strong anti-establishment figure there, was elected the president of Iceland. The Norwegians, the Nationalist Party, the Progress Party, now is part of the coalition government there. So I think people are wanting to maintain their national identity and maintain their sovereignty.
I think it's kind of, I don't know if fascinating, David, is the right word to use, but to watch all of this and how it really does translate from country to country and region to region, how the issues are so similar. The arguments we're having.
I mean, our personal relationship with Great Britain has always been closer than any others. And, of course, we had Maggie Thatcher preceding Ronald Reagan, and then we had kind of a mild republicanism here, and they had it over there. So the closest connection was with Britain. But what Van Hipp was saying is absolutely true all over Europe. He didn't mention Rome, Italy. Of course, they have a big independence party there. Right. Even the French, you see a lot of French emigres here in New York City from Paris who said, we just can't take it anymore. Of course, Paris has a socialist mayor as well as a socialist president. So the regulatory burdens there are just extraordinary. A lot of business people, very successful entrepreneurs, providing capital and jobs to their countrymen in France, are now doing the same here because they can't work it all over there. So even in places like French, which is the most self-centered country in the world, well, in many sense, that's where a lot of these words come from, chauvinism and so forth. They are saying, we got to do what we have to do in order to make this thing work, because it's not working right now.
Well, I mean, Van, thank you very much, by the way, for joining us, Van Hipp.